Hop away. I remember how bad I was hurt that day. What a wicked little thing you are. Why'd you have to leave me with a broken heart? Left me split, cracked, cut in half, all alone and torn apart. Had a white coat like white lies, deceived by the innocence in his eyes. Please, please come back to me. Won't you come back? He was my bunny, so soft and cuddly, but every bunny hops away. Too bad my baby couldn't stay. He never loved me, just took it from me. I watched my little cotton ball hip hop away and take it all. I hope you die.
Oh my God!
I won't cry, bunny. Why did you run from me?
It just got real. We don't want you to die, Bunny. We just want to watch you hop away into someone else's wallet. Welcome to 9 o'clock live at the Noun Square. We are watching the end of the auction of Noun 587, a beautiful tie-dye bunny that my compatriots were able to FOMO mint yesterday for the Chinese New Year. Year of the Rabbit. How awesome is that? Hope everyone's doing awesome tonight. We're going to do it all again. 5 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock right now for this noun. If we don't get a bid higher than 29.5 ETH, our friend litturnip.eth. I feel like he's a friend. I would invite him in, have a beer if he showed up at my doorstep at this point. He's been so consistent in the auctions lately, and I really hope litturnip gets this little bunny, even though we thought maybe Wilson Cusack might want it, but I don't see him in here unless he's lurking, waiting for a last-minute bid. What do you think, Robot Fish Girl? Who's taking it home? Robot Fish Girl?
There we go. Now I'm here.
Oh, there we go.
GM.
I thought maybe you were just still aghast at the bunny dying song, and maybe that's what you want.
A little bit. No, I was in that weird limbo space where you join the stage and it is silent for like 5 seconds while you catch up.
Oh, yeah, I know that. I mean, actually, I don't know that because I'm usually the host, so I mean, I am the limbo. I am the one who knocks. No. All right. So, as we were just saying, what we're here to do is to watch the end of the Nouns auction. Once this auction is complete, so if Lit Turnip doesn't have any higher bidders coming in to take away his bid of 29.5 ETH, then we will go to a little game called FOMO Nouns. We'll ask you to join us. I hope you will. It's an extremely fun game. FOMOnouns.wtf is where you go for that. It looks kind of like hotornot.com, which is a game that the olds used to play to sort of say whether someone was hot or not.
Do we really want to associate hot or not with FOMO?
I mean, it's too late now. We do it every
night,
that's so.
You know what.
Anyways, the point is, you can either you can say upvote, downvote, and then if we get a consensus, then we mint that noun, and that's how we get pretty awesome nouns. Like I mentioned earlier, in managing to mint a rabbit for the year of the rabbit with the folks from Nouns China on. Like that's
I was so excited when we got this.
Were they excited, the guests?
Yeah, everybody was pretty hyped. Like we played FOMO for a little while. This was like 40 nouns in ish. So
yes, let the FOMO flow, and also now that we don't have any specific requests, I don't think we do, and we're kind of we're not batting 100 lately this week because we FOMO'd a wizard for Wizards DAO, but it ended up being bought by someone else. But someone else who is an interesting character, so we can talk about that a little bit later. This bunny doesn't look like it's going to be purchased by either Nouns China or the other person who wanted the bunny. But hey, we're just happy that these nouns are beautiful and that they're going to someone that loves them, right?
Yeah, 100%.
It did break 30. We have a new bidder.
Yeah,
we did.
Just
break new 30. Bidder Sanuxo. I thought he owned a noun, but I guess not. I could have swore Senuxo used to own a noun.
Maybe
Or maybe
maybe
he's using
sold
a
it.
wallet that doesn't have it. Or he might be using a wallet that doesn't have it in it. But anyway, looks like Senuxo's going for this one. 30.
Got the NNS,
East,
so
the top
definitely at
bid
least in the ecosystem already.
I think they'll probably
around. Yeah,
win
we
because
love.
they got the most emojis on 9 o'clock, so they'll probably win.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's how that works.
for those that don't know, that's actually a really good science. If you go back through and you see which bid has the most emojis, there's no relation to anything at all.
Yeah.
No correlation of any kind. We do have some guests here with us, of course, tonight, as always, except for our light spaces. But tonight's not light. It's Tuesday, Dodie. Why would it be light? We have guests here who are going to speak to us about their proposal for Nouns Fashion Week. I'm excited. Nico, you want to give us a quick intro to yourselves and what you're doing in, let's say, 2 minutes or less so that we don't get interrupted by the auction? Nico, are you there?
She's here. She's having a little audio problems. I'm trying to help her. But this is
You're also having audio problems,
yes.
for what it's worth.
Okay.
What about Yemi? Maybe Yemi can give us a quick sum?
Hi everyone. It's morning here in Scotland, so good morning from my end. Thank you for
Good
the
morning.
opportunity. So yes, we do have our prop up, and we're desperately looking for the community's feedback. And it's the prop for London Fashion Week and New York Fashion Week happening in February. The prop is to proliferate the noundies, and we call them noundies.
Yeah.
And we're collaborating with London-based designer who has been in the business for more than 2 decades. His name is Jens. Currently, he's showing in Paris Fashion Week and has been overrun with a lot of fashion stuff. So he would have been here to be on the stage to speak with us. And we've created these noundies. We have so many plans for this, and we want to put this on the Fashion Week stage because these are events that have run for over 60 years. And this is a fashion industry where we want to disrupt, not just with digital fashion, but with DAO fashion. And I dare say that there has been nothing like this before, to take over this traditional fashion stages with this 5 million plus viewers watching on that stage and seeing a DAO community bringing on fashion in a way that has never been done before. And we have a pop-up. We would love to have feedback. And we are just hoping that we can get this on chain on time so that we can make this happen for the nouns. Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, and that was a great summary and just in time because we got 51 seconds left on the auction and I don't see any other bids coming in. We could get a last minute bid, but we have to assume that we won't at this point and get ready to go to fomonouns.wtf. And then I promise right after we're done with the games, we'll come back and chat all about this idea, Yemi. In the meantime, either Yemi or Philip, or we got Nico back as well. If one of you could pin a couple tweets that explain the prop and maybe links to it, that'd be great so that our folks can take a gander after the space. And if you're in the space and you haven't retweeted the room yet, please do so. It helps people to remember that they want to come hang with us for DGen hours and come play FOMO with us in literally 10 seconds. And now that it's less than 13 seconds, it's what's that?
If I repeat the room, what happens? If I repeat the room, what happens?
Well, I'll tell you while we're playing FOMO. How's that? We're literally playing FOMO
because we're playing FOMO right now. So fomonouns.wtf.
Davin likes
if you
to
like
prank
the noun,
me by
vote it up.
asking me
Otherwise, vote
questions.
it down.
Davin likes to prank me in the middle of by asking me questions in the middle of the 10-second countdown. I'm just kidding. All right, we're over to the Matrix mirror. Yeah, we're over to the Matrix mirror. Let's go. If you're not playing with us, what are you doing? Come on.
God, that scene messed me up. The mirror scene in Matrix.
Oh, the mirror?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. We got a checker.
Like one of the
checks,
like Hallmark special effects things.
Hey, Robot Fish Girl, have you done flowered checks yet? That could be the next big thing.
Oh, capybara.
We still don't have a capybara.
If you did the Murakami flowers as a check, people would think it's cool, I think.
Be the change you want to see in the world, Joshua.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Give me 5 minutes. Hang on.
I'm cut off. I'm not allowed to do any more checks derivatives. I've been cut off. My dealer said no more.
You just have to
Too
keep
many
all the
checks
money.
derivatives.
I see we have 35 people in the chat. Maybe can we get some more people on fomonouns with WTF? Just today's noun.
Yeah, because there's only 12 people.
Get over
Well,
there.
technically there's 16. We've got a lot more people in the space. So FOMONOUNS.WTF.
F in the
Help us
chat
pick the
for
next noun.
fomonouns.wtf.
Doomberry.
Nice blueberry.
Doomberry.
That's little perp after she starts a metal band.
Doomberry.
Oh,
That
we
was a
gotta
missed
go there.
opportunity for her older sister. Could have been Doomberry. Little
Doomberry.
purple blueberry and Doomberry.
It's 3:30 a.m. I'm not doing the scream, but
Have you ever had taco pie? So good.
How many rows
absolutely not.
Here?
Well, would you prefer taco pie or pie taco? That's the real question.
A pie taco. That's basically just a choco taco, but with extra steps. Like that's
actually pie taco.
That'd be
sounds pretty good.
fantastic.
Did we just invent something?
Let's make it happen. Ketchup DAO.
Ooh, that's a Seneca.
Nobody liked it, but it's interesting.
We're all, yeah. I mean, our main objective here is to try to FOMO our way back to EST morning for those of us that are
spam
here
on
in
the
North
moon.
America.
Spam.
I bet you if you brought spam to the moon, it would be there forever. So it's kind of fitting.
Just say no to hip bros dogs.
So we could just do the show until 4:20, and then we can just mint whatever is there at 4:20.
Yeah, I don't have anything.
I like that.
Sure, sounds good.
That is a good-looking pumpkin.
That's a pretty good pumpkin.
It is.
I do like that pumpkin.
That would have been a good Halloween one because it looks like it's got like a
Budweiser.
jack-o'-lantern. Pop boat. I got nothing.
I'm
soda boat. Soda sail.
That's,
why are there so many Jupiters?
Looks like a caveman.
We like the Jupiter head.
I don't know.
I feel bad for Jupiter. He can't even. He's like a baby. He can't hold his own head up.
Max usage.
His head's like going forward.
Max
Tell
pixel.
very little difference between the Jupiter mouth and the fish in the bowl.
Yeah, you know what? I agree because I see it too.
Like it. The Jupiters to me look like cavemen for some reason. I'm like, it has that caveman vibe.
Because the mouth makes it look like it's going.
Oh my god!
Jupiter is the caveman of the planets. Everyone knows that. So.
Yeah, that's a sentence that made sense.
Big galoof.
Hashtag brand new sentence.
There's a perfectly those words belong in that order. Thank you.
Have you ever been on that subreddit before?
Which one?
Brand new sentence.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Here we go.
Wait, is this what we're getting?
I mean, I don't think we can avoid it. No.
I'm upset that you just made that pun. It's not like a not aesthetic noun. It's okay, I guess.
All right. So I don't think we invented that.
Let's make up for it at Nomo. So everybody go to nomo.wtf, nomo.wtf. We're going to play this little game called Nomo Nouns, where you're going to select your favorite noun and spam click it like your life depends on it so that we can rescue it.
Because it does. If you don't do it, we will come and murder you. So
well, we'll send Honk Diddley to do it, but details.
Right. I know what I'm going for. I'm going for that fucking bank. Look at that bank.
I don't like that.
The
bank is nice. I'm going for the dot matrix mirror just for now, but I'll be happy with the bank as well.
There's some good ones. There's a
Jupiter in the 70s.
Jupiter off the chain there. There's invisible chicken body.
I'm going for that bank.
The bank is pretty bank. All right.
I'm going Doomberry.
The caveman we know those.
You know why you got to go for the bank? Because
Money
that's
in
what
the
we
bank.
stand for
Money in
here.
the bank.
At the Noun Square, we stand for no more banks.
I'm switching to the watch with the chain.
The watch is nice too. Yeah, a lot of these are really nice. Ow, my wrist hurts.
Dang, nobody follow me. I'm going back to the bank.
We should have a music section here.
I'm still focused on the mirror. Oh, but it looks like I'm getting outdone. Damn. All right, I'm going on the bank now.
Oh, look at that! Look at that! That's Fox News trash info.
All right, Bank versus Doomberry.
Doomberry versus Nomo Bank.
Final round.
And
Fight!
Go, 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 go.
Use your character. How do you use your character?
Oh my god, this is a close one.
I think Doomberry's gonna take it, but
oh my god, Doomberry!
Oh, it's not even close.
Doomberry
It wasn't even close.
I never really noticed before, but the blueberry has like a little mustache.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
yeah, it kind of does.
Maybe it's the hip rose.
I was thinking it kind of looks like the
what's that
version of a Kevin.
I forgot to load my YemiSparkle.
What did you ask, Joshua?
Maybe it's because the hip rose glasses, the extra thick, gives the mustache, highlights the mustache.
Oh, I don't think so, because they're only extra thick on the leg, aren't they? In the middle piece. But yeah, maybe it's just the contrast, or I just haven't been staring at a Noun's blueberry as closely before. So
no, but this one, yeah, maybe it's the contrast, because this one definitely looked like a mustache.
He's like, oh, oui, oui, je suis Monsieur Blueberry. That's what this guy's saying. Right,
what? You know what? I'm not even gonna bother.
Bluet de Doom. All right, we've got Nomo.
Now back to the guest.
No, not quite yet. I want to talk about Nomo for a second. You jumped the gun on the now back to the guest, and now you can't even use it again because it's just lost all its element of surprise. Nomo.
I didn't use that. That wasn't me. That was somebody else.
Oh, I thought it was you. It was your voice.
No.
So therefore, you're at fault.
The perils of CC0. Somebody else used my voice, and now everything is.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of. Yeah, it's true. Someone could use your laugh at a crime scene. You better be careful.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time. I mean, what?
While she was murdering that bunny. All right, Nomo 588 is a blueberry, a doomberry to be exact. And if you'd like to remember that you were here with us when we learned that the nounish blueberry head has a mustache, you could mint it for 0.0069 ETH for the culture. That's about $11.30 USD. Helps us here at the Noun Square, helps to support everything that we do here on the daily, all of our spaces, our YouTube content, our TikTok content, etc., etc., and of course, all of our contests. We've got a contest that's running right now to retweet the room. If you retweet the room, you could win 0.069 ETH. So essentially, you could 10x your money. Not financial advice. You could mint this blueberry and potentially win 10x the money just for retweeting the room. But yeah, that's Nomo. Of course, we're doing draws as well. So we've been doing draws all this week. For anyone who minted yesterday's Nomo gets a draw to win a special edition NFT from a collection called Check This Noun that I made with Volky.eth. It's pretty cool. It's nouns made of checks from Jack Butcher. So that is the Nomo spiel. And now, whoever played that earlier can play the now back to the guest sound, because we will indeed go back to the guest. Now back to the guest.
Or they just didn't do it here.
Now back to the guest.
That's what it sounds like in my mic.
All right, Nico, welcome. Hopefully your sound is better now.
Yes, I was wrong. Thank you so much for having us. Excited to be here.
Thank you so much for coming. Yeah. So we heard a little bit earlier from your colleague about what you guys are planning to do, but I'd love to hear more. But first and foremost, we'd love to hear, how did you come to nouns? Like how did you guys find nouns, and where did the idea come from to want to do something with nouns? like this?
Sure. So I was at NFT London, and I was always curious about DAOs because I'm a DAO founder, and I opted in for this session that Aptoshi and a few other folks were talking about the NounsDAO. And that was my entry point. I was so excited afterwards, went to Aptoshi, talked to her, heard more, and then she told me about everything she's planning for Art Basel and LA and everything else, and kind of we stayed in touch. Then I met them again in Miami at Art Basel, and after party, Prof. Werder and everybody else was there, Christian and everyone else. So it was so fun. It was again deeper conversation, learning, asking questions, real onboarding. And yeah, afterwards, I decided to go to LA, and the New Year's Eve party, I met Joshua and a few other folks there. So it was so fun. And, just being at Rose Parade and seeing the real proliferation and the real impact that you guys are making with all of your hard work and what
Were
this
you there
DAO is
when
doing.
Joshua almost got run over by the float?
No, not that part.
Oh, okay. Thank God. Thank God
I
we
was
didn't
in
get
the
to see that.
audience. I didn't see that part. When did that
So
happen, Joshua?
Well,
I don't
it
know if you
wasn't
want. I don't know
it
if you want to
wasn't
talk about
until the very end when I had let my complete guard down. We were at mile 5. I had been in the back right corner the whole time, so there was really no risk of getting run over. And at that point, though, I went in ahead, and lo and behold, I hear the guy from Stupid Buddy who designed, like, "Oh, watch out!" I'm like, oh, almost got hit by the float. But it was all well and good.
it. My goal for 2023 is to see how many times I can force Joshua to tell this story live on the air.
Is it?
On
I'm gonna commit to getting one step more intense with it every time.
Eventually,
I
it'll
was
just be like a
halfway under
folk
the
tale with a
float.
core of truth that's
So
unwise
I
to
was
ignore.
standing on top of Swim Shady. I was getting ready to do a backflip, like I was the whole trip.
Anyhow, sorry to throw you off there, Nico, but that's pretty cool that you ran into Aptoshi in Europe and then again in LA. So you guys have you've had a chance to see all the awesome stuff that they've been doing with OTG. Reading through your proposal on Discourse, I recommend everybody else do that as well and give feedback if you can. It's a really cool proposal. So basically, you're looking to create a line, I guess, of phygital streetwear, and phygital usually implies that there's an NFT, I guess, attached to the physical object.
Sure, I can explain.
Yeah.
So it is gonna be an elevated streetwear, which is unisex and it's digital in the sense that there is obviously the physical sample that we create, but we always do digital first, and that's what we are advocating at the Fashion DAO. Because that's more sustainable, it's more accessible, and it's also a great way to test the market before you go and mass produce. So that's why it's digital, and then also we will have both virtual runway and physical runway. So you don't have to be like fashion savvy to want to enjoy this type of experiences. It's a great way for onboarding people into Web3 and metaverse and digital fashion and all of those. So London Fashion Week and New York Fashion Week being the top kind of most important events in this space is a great way to proliferate and just introduce these folks that have great taste, that have great spending power. And if they come to Web3 or this amazing community, we're going to have a lot more innovation and excitement around everything we do. And so there's also a lot of media coverage that we will get with, New York Fashion Week and London Fashion Week. And especially our events at London Fashion Week is a kind of a special event that is closing the London Fashion Week. And our designer of choice, Jens, he has put this together and it's going to be live streamed on the official London Fashion Week website. So The collection itself is not so much the point of this prop, and it's not so much about like fashion part. It's more about the fashion industry that we are focused on. We want to onboard them and educate them on what's possible, what's the goodness of Web3, and Nouns being one of the best examples of that. That's kind of like what we're excited about. The collection, we have a lot of designers, physical and digital, in our DAO that can always iterate into designs and ideas to make sure we meet the requirements of the community. We just started with something that we thought is the closest to the taste that we have seen, but we are open to a lot more. You actually, if you check out our kind of future sneak peek, you're going to see we are considering to do Noun Kicks, which is a collection of sneakers, notches, which is a great watch collection that we're going to do. So a lot of exciting ideas we have in the pipeline, but we're all about two-way communication. So we will be asking the community a lot of questions and make sure we're curating for their needs and wants.
That's cool. Tell us about Fashion DAO a little bit. I know that you mentioned that most of the folks working on this are from Fashion DAO. Does that predate this proposal? And if so, what does Fashion DAO do?
Sure. So I'm a technologist. I'm not coming from the fashion industry, so that kind of empowers a lot of other folks to be open to this idea that Web3 and technology can also be mixed with a traditionally minded industry like fashion. So the idea of the Fashion DAO is that we have a lot of inefficiencies in the fashion industry that could be resolved with the power of Web3 technologies. And so we empower independent creators and designers. We give them these new technologies, these resources that they probably otherwise wouldn't have access to. And then we basically bring different expertise together because as we get closer to creative economy, and you guys are already doing it in this DAO. People want to be independent, especially designers. They want to have, power over their ideas and designs. And so they still would need to collaborate, but probably not working directly for a corporation. And that's the idea of the DAO. We bring all these different talents together. And then we support three categories of audience. One being traditional fashion brands that want to now get into Web3, and we help them to do that responsibly. Second category is gaming and metaverse companies. They need better skins for their avatars because fashion is the best way to express ourselves and express our identities in these new digital experiences. And third category are amazing Web3 communities and NFT projects that need fashion utility. So we provide all of this and we bridge the gap. We do a lot of education on digital fashion and also metaverse.
Cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, for sure. So you're looking for feedback on discourse. Okay, actually, Davin, you have a question? Go ahead.
I don't know if Yemi is still on. I heard her say she's from Scotland. I just wanted to know where exactly in Scotland, because I love that place. That's where I want to retire when I'm about to die.
The hard part is knowing when, though. That's what I've heard. But I don't think we have.
But I guess
don't
she's
think
up.
we
I
have.
guess she's up. Sorry.
Yeah, Yemi's not here, but she's come back up just to tell you what part of Scotland she's in. Give me a sec. There we go.
Hi.
So, yes, Yemi, I just wanted to ask, which part of Scotland are you in?
Oh, I'm in Aberdeen. Beautiful city,
Ah,
beautiful
shit,
granite city.
Aberdeen.
You should visit at least before you decide.
100%, 100%. Cool.
Awesome. If anyone else on the stage has any questions too about what's going on, please just unmute your mic or put your hand up. And if you're in the crowd and you have questions about what Nico is telling us about here with the Fashion DAO proposal, please just request to come up. It's very casual. We're happy to bring you up, and you can answer. You can have any question you'd like answered. Robot Fish Girl, did you have something?
Oh no, I'm reading through the prop again now. One of the things that I'm really liking when I'm looking at it is the ask, how it shows like the cuts that they did to bring it down from like the original ask, I assume, of 102 ETH down to like 33 ETH.
Yeah, we did a lot of negotiation.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
And that was based on feedback that you got originally on Discourse, or how did that negotiation happen?
Well, no, we was like, I knew like for the first prop, we probably need to be very modest. And also we wanted to provide the highest value, meme over money. And so that's why we really wanted to like leverage our connection and network, and really negotiate for something that provides that and proves, our capabilities. And we are here for the long run. We want to be part of the community, and we want to bring all of the network and connections that we have, and show them like what a true strong DAO community can do. We still don't have like this amount of like token and proliferation to the level that you guys have, so this is a great example for us. But we also went through a lot of changes and learnings that we can share and provide to this community. So there's a lot of synergy, and that's why we really want to start the process. And this is just first out of many milestones we have in mind.
Nico, can you talk a little bit about the Noundies, which you mentioned earlier?
Sure. So this collection is just again the beginning. So our designer of choice, Jens, has been making very beautiful aesthetics designs in different areas. He has worked with Gucci, Swarovski, has been funded by LVMH, and he has his very special style that kind of uses everyday essentials and then adds different elements that are playful, like Lego blocks. Kind of, he actually loved the aesthetics of nouns when we introduced to him. So that was very kind of synergistic that we introduced this to him, and then he immediately started drafting this idea for the Noundies. And so this is very much inspired by his past work, and that kind of helped us to have a very quick design. And it consists of t-shirts, pants, and hoodies for this specific collection. And as you can see in the designs in the prop, there's going to be all sorts of logo prints, and we can do different colors, we can do different styles, and we're looking for all sorts of feedback. So if there is anything that you guys want to see more, we're always open to it.
I personally just want all of the Nounish hoodies. So
yeah, same. Honestly, I live in hood. What is going on with my voice? I live in hoodies, so these are. I did want to ask, and this isn't really about the props content. Well, it is about the props content, but not really about the proposal itself. Are you planning on putting this prop on chain like as this sort of pitch deck layout that you've got here?
We actually put it up first in a different layout, and then the feedback was it was hard to go through it. So then we kind of put it the form of the pitch deck. It might be easier on the eye. So again, I'm open to any feedback, but the original feedback was that way.
Yeah, it works fantastic for reading it. I have no issues with the formatting. I'm just concerned because, Tody, remember what prop was it that went on chain that was just like a bunch of pictures all in a row?
It was Victor Solomon's prop for
right.
the basketball courts, and interestingly enough, it was 4156 helped to format the prop and put it on chain. But there was some discussion after the fact about the fact that having images as your on chain is not ideal unless you're going to mint every image as an NFT, and even then, I don't think it would work for visualization on chain. But the point being that if it's all images, technically you could change the images that are hosted if you hosted them locally after people have already voted. So it's not really ideal to have images on an on-chain vote. It might seem like, you know, being very, very picky, but generally I think it's best. And then there's just accessibility too. Like people that are using accessibility tools can only read text, and also for just SEO and stuff like that, it's better to have text. So my advice would be to make
Rocco.
And for Rocco,
for Rocco. So my advice would be to make your prop look as good as possible while using, rich text, markdown and images interdispersed throughout, but not having the actual content be images.
If I would say, but this pitch deck is also fantastic. So I would put a link somewhere where they can view this pitch deck as it is.
Yeah, you could do that, but I mean, you could also just reverse engineer the pitch deck, I think, right? And
right.
Just have the text,
I would do both.
Have the text
is my point.
with the images. Yeah, you could do that for sure. But you can definitely tell that you guys put a lot of work into this. Even just the budget alone, you can tell that you've put a lot of thought into it. I think the ask seems fairly reasonable as well. The only, I guess, one word of warning is that the only rug that has ever happened in NounsDAO, as far as we know, with an on-chain proposal, did involve a fashion show, and so definitely
we are well aware of that. Yes.
I figured
I'm not
you've been
saying
hanging
that's
out
what
with
you guys will
Aptoshi.
do. I'm just saying, always good to go eyes open into some of the subconscious reservations that Nanners may have because of that. But I think you guys will be able to show them that you're.
And we are here to prove that there's still good to be done, and just because someone screwed up, that doesn't mean it can't be done again.
100%.
We are definitely committed to make it up to the community. I think Nouns community deserves a lot better. And we're not doing this as part of a bigger event and just like doing one product out of many. I heard the whole story from several people, so we're definitely doing it right.
Sorry, I don't mean to beat a dead horse. It's just something that came to mind.
No, I
of course,
appreciate it. That's a great feedback, and
that was the next thing I was going to talk about too. Yeah.
It's kind of like FTX situation. Just because there was a bad actor doesn't mean everybody in that industry is bad. So we're here to prove that there's still good to be done.
Good parallel too. And especially, and for the ask for this, I mean, the ask is the equivalent of two nouns, essentially. And one of them is, half of it is a literal noun. So.
Yeah, for sure. Awesome. Anyone else have any questions for our folks here up on the stage or down in the audience?
Just a practical one. What would the file size be for on-chain prop? How large a document could you put up?
I don't know. Do you mean like the images, or? So I'm not sure what you mean.
Like when you're minting to go on-chain, how large a file could you get away with is, I guess, what I'm asking.
Well, so because it's all markdown, the actual files aren't hosted on the actual.
Yeah, that's the issue.
Yeah, so the
files are generally on what IPFS usually.
IPFS or a different server, but they could also be stored locally, and then that's where it becomes tricky, where you could swap out two images. Maybe they both look the same, but one has a different ask or something. I don't know, but you could just be sneaky about it if you want it to be. Not that anyone's done that or would do that, but it's a possibility. So
yeah,
there's a reason why it's on chain, so it needs to be in text, I think.
At least in part, yeah.
Sorry. I have my teammates here on the stage as well. I have Daniel, Philip. If you guys want to say anything, add anything to what I mentioned, would love to hear from you.
Yeah, definitely.
Sure. Yeah, I could go. I could go first. Yeah. So my name is Philip.
So my background is more in technology. I do full stack development, game development, DevOps, pretty much anything computing. I've either done or can figure it out pretty quickly. I was the kind of the 6-year-old back in the early 90s, kind of hacking away at things, and that's what I've always kind of been, and I love it. So my job has always been to kind of really support the team as much as possible when it comes to helping them with tooling, helping them with finding various technical solutions to things, and sometimes also being humble about that. You know what? Maybe there's a better way to do it that doesn't involve technology. So it's been a real journey. Yep.
That's cool. Thanks, Philip. Swole, did you want to also say something about your involvement in the prompt?
Yeah, sure. So my name's Daniel. I've been in the fashion space for a while, mainly over in like the surf industry. I'm a surfer and surfboard shaper, and worked with like large retail brands like Billabong and Vissla. I've been in crypto since 2017, and yeah, I met Nico through kind of the fashion space because I work with another fashion NFT project also called Futures Factory. So yeah, we've been hosting spaces for like over a year now in the fashion space and learning more about the fashion DAO. And recently came on with them in this prop too as like a community manager and just to kind of be onboarded into what they're building over at the fashion DAO.
Awesome.
Want to hang out
guys.
in NARS? Sorry.
I've been in there. I have been in there. It's been fun.
Yeah. I saw Brett reacting, and I was like, I have to say something.
Yeah.
By the way, Brett,
We love the
you're still
surfers.
very small, I have to say.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I'm never gonna grow up, I guess.
Honey, I shrunk the nouns. I really appreciate you, Nico and Yemi and Philip and Swole, for coming on to talk about your prop. Hopefully, people will take a closer look as well on Discourse and give you some feedback there. Of course, you can always give them a follow here too and DM with them. I'm sure they'd be happy to chat if you have any questions or comments or any feedback for them. Go ahead, Nico.
Yeah, I was wondering, I know I asked you a couple nights ago about how we should go about getting a sponsor. Still is kind of a question or challenge that I think not only us, but everyone in the audience, I have talked to several folks, they're still trying to navigate the process. So any comments, feedback, suggestion, advice would be really appreciated.
Amazing. If you have any leads, guys, about anyone who might be able to help them put this on chain, please put them in touch. That would be awesome. I know that could be a tricky part of the equation for sure. I would refer you over to Ugly DAO. We have 2 nouns, but we actually have a waiting line right now of people waiting to go on chain with props. So lots of demand for props right now, but I'm sure we'll be able to find someone who believes in your prop to put it up for you. Awesome. Well, we have obviously got a little bit of housekeeping to do. We've got some prizes to draw for. We've got a 0.069 ETH retweet picker to draw. Robot Fish Grow, if you could do that at some point,
Already
and
on
also
it.
give us a po-op. And then I've drawn the Nomo winner of the day, so I'll give that to you guys in a few minutes. But I also thought we could maybe just take a couple minutes to do a little alpha segment because Symbio has been sharing some great alpha in the TNS Discord. That's right. About some of the open editions that have been dropping because they're dropping all over the place. You can't even track them. So I thought I'd just pass the mic over to Symbio for a few minutes to give us an update on all things open edition. Maybe we could start with Nyan Balloon. We talked about that the other night when we right after it had launched, and there's some interesting developments with that edition.
Yeah, so Chris has been doing some spaces towards the midnight hour, and I believe he's in the central or mountain time, and has done the color change mint on Manifold from yellow to orange in the transition here from Monday to Tuesday, and he's working his way through the week through a series of colors leading up to a mystery balloon at the end of the week. I'm not
So
really
if
sure
none of this
because
makes any sense, take a look at the tweet that I just pinned above. But basically,
perfect.
everybody just
Thank
thought
you.
we were minting a cute little Nyan cat floating on a balloon.
Why do you say it like that?
Neon,
Because
sorry.
we only got one.
And then
That's right.
and then you can, I guess, change it in for another color if you want. So you could already do orange and now yellow, and I guess Wednesday it'll be green, and then Thursday blue, and then Friday purple, and then Saturday. So what does Saturday mean black? You may have to have a certain number to trade it in for the mystery color. Is that what it's implying? Because it doesn't say
Yeah.
1x. Anyways,
Yeah, he
I
hasn't
didn't see
revealed
that.
how many you need. People have been asking on Twitter, and he's like, "Yeah, it'll be revealed when it's revealed." So,
like your
you have to
firstborn
trade in the
child
red balloon too.
your firstborn child in a red balloon for a black balloon. It's a good deal.
I can't
So it
recall
has
off
to
the
be.
top.
It's going to be some number of red balloons for one of the mystery ones, but it hasn't been revealed how many red balloons you'll need.
Interesting.
So
I have a feeling
yeah.
that it might be a reference to the black check, and so it might be a number that's higher than the number that you were allowed to mint, just
Yeah,
as an
because you can only
open
get 3.
mint. So you'll need to either have bought some on secondary or collaborate with other people to get the black check. I assume. I guess we'll see. One interesting thing is that the neon balloon original, the red, is at 0.1 ETH, which is already pretty crazy. Because what was the mint again? It was like
0.00077.
0.0077. So 0.0. Yeah. So that's a pretty good, pretty good return already from the other day. And then the orange is 0.112, so just a little bit more expensive. And then the yellow is 0.122. So just anecdotally, it seems like each new color is worth more than the last one. But I guess we shall see. I just like the floating cat balloon, not gonna lie. I don't really care what color it ends up being. And
I'm thinking it's going to be sparkly rainbow in the end.
Sometimes I wonder like if everybody goes nuts with these burn mechanics, and like how much the original red balloon might just be worth more, because everybody might trade in the red balloons, and maybe me and Robot Fish Girl will have the only red balloons left because we're too lazy.
I fully intend on leaving one of my 2 in red, but I didn't ever imagine, I hadn't caught that it wasn't just a 1-for-1. I thought it was just a mystery color on the final day. Thought he was going to reveal something, but I didn't know that it was going to require more than one, or potentially
it could require more than one. It might
says
not.
$X. So yeah. Cool. What about timepieces? You want to give us an update on that? We were talking about that the other day.
Yeah, well, timepieces minted out at 1,033 pieces. It's a collaboration with Deepak Chopra, and it's 73 artists doing covers for his book, The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. And they all had an opportunity to create a cover. And under that cover is those 7 laws dedicated 2 pages. So he's reduced a whole book that's just turned 25 into 2 pages per law. That's included in the token that you mint. And 7 of those artists out of the 73 also did a 3D sculptural piece. So anyone that was an original minter that holds it will be getting something in their wallet for holding for 24 hours or more, I believe, just as a way to potentially stop the flipping of the floor. And
yet again, Robot Fish
well.
Girl, we are rewarded for being lazy.
Yes, exactly. Or having spent all your ETH on open editions and not even be able to to pay the gas to list. So who knows?
Well, yeah, that's where I'm at.
Yeah, that's why I mentioned it. And then there's Vesselverse has just hit 2,000 of their tokens, not the originals, but their ongoing mint, and they've done an airdrop for those that held the original Vessel Versus, and are offering. I'll see if I can find it and pin it. 0.02 mint for the first 2,000 as a check type drop. So same kind of format, but 2,000 of the basketballs containing the various items in the original 2,000 that have been minted thus far, and I think they're already at 2005 or 2006. So that one does travel at a pretty good cadence. And there's I don't know what their floor is for the auction. I haven't acquired one myself, but I know that Prof has gone after all the flamingos that they've had come up. So
She tends to chase flamingos everywhere she goes. So yeah, that makes sense.
Also, you said it's a check-like drop, and I swear I could hear Toadie's face light up.
Yeah.
No, I told you I'm not allowed to do anything with checks anymore. I'm cut off.
I mean,
I definitely appreciated there was an UMA check that was all donuts with one missing, and with an UMA character having a snack of the one donut that got pulled off the wall.
Oh,
of
that's
checks.
cute.
So
that was Haps. Haps did that one, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I thought that was one of the more interesting ones that I've seen.
Another open edition, which is actually currently open, so if you haven't grabbed it yet, go up to the top nest and swipe 2 back, and you'll see that our pal Meshup has a pretty cool one. It's called the Meme Caesar. The Meme Caesar. That's Caesar, Seizer. It's not like a tomato juice cocktail. It's a Meme Caesar, and it's got a little Boney in there, little Boney cameo, little toad, little Peeper Toad cameo. It's pretty cool. It looks like almost like an Asian language comic book cover, so kind of cool. And he said he's trying to break the record for mints. So it's a free mint, first of all, and there's no limit to how many you can mint in your wallet. The only limit is how much you're going to hate looking at too many editions in your wallet every single day. I minted like 20, and then I saw everyone else was minting like 200 and like 1,000. It's ridiculous.
Why?
No reason to have
just
that
to
many.
Get the number up there. I minted.
Meanwhile, yeah, I just go to the
up.
mint page and I see Ben Body 369.
Yeah,
he's in 3rd place. Of course, he is.
Well imagined.
They probably just minted them all, and then like he's going to send them off to different wallets. One of his 347 wallets.
Ben's ledger just got physically heavier somehow after minting this open edition.
I do have to give credit to Zora, though, because every open edition I've minted on there that was either a free or a low-cost mint, there's very little difference between, minting one and multiples. So
they do their editions of 721, which is really, really gas efficient. So definitely noticed that myself. It really is almost actually a true free edition, even if you get 2,000 of one Meshup NFTs. So so that's another edition.
I just picked up 20. I'm not going to degen that hard.
Yeah, right? Team 20. That's what I don't even know what I'm going to do with 20. It's already annoying to look at that.
Hide 19 of them.
I know. But I feel bad hiding good art because then it has to go and hang out with the Polygon scams. It's not fair.
That's true. Yeah.
It's like I don't want to banish a Meshup piece to go into like Polygon hell. That's not fair. It deserves better. There's also Happy Zorbs. Happy Zorbs is not. I swear to God, you can't keep track of all of these drops. Ripe 0x did a really cool collection called Happy Zorbs. I minted it, and I'm going to be honest with you, I don't even fully understand it. I have to ask him a couple questions, but apparently it's dynamic, and it actually changes based on who's minting the different Happy Zorbs. So. It's based on checks, but all the checks, quote unquote, are actually Zorbs, which are like the Zora NFTs.
And, I love that.
Anyway, it's pretty. It's cool. It changes.
I think you put a tweet out where he requested wallet addresses, and people that held them, he chose the Zorb from their particular wallet and started it in that color, that
Oh, I
whatever
see.
existed there. But every time a Zorb moves into a new wallet, it gets a new color. And he was
Yeah.
wondering whether this is the first kind of edition where someone's taken another collection and just kind of worked with what was existing in that collection.
Yeah, that's
So
kind of cool.
it's pretty interesting. But I don't know if he did you mint it for free, or because it was 0.02
No,
at
it
one
wasn't.
point.
It wasn't free, but I saw him tweet earlier that I think he made like a 2-hour window free, and then like the amount of mints doubled. Turns out people
Right.
like free stuff. So that was interesting. I paid for mine, and now I'm angry at all the people that didn't. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not. But having said that, when utility. So I will be sending a DM to Ripe about
Oh,
that.
I just had a good idea. Okay.
I
That's
expect 4 times the utility as the people who free minted, and I feel like that's justified.
Yeah, I was going to chase Little Saturn down and see if I can burn out some of those noggles that I have in my hidden folder too.
Speaking of burning, so this
yeah.
is something I little self show here, but I don't feel bad about it because all proceeds are going to not charity but to builders. So me and Volky did a little collection called Check This Noun last week. It was really fun. Of course, only 500 and some every noun that had been minted. And then we thought, just because we're suckers for punishment, we would do the same thing, but with little nouns. And of course, that's like over 7,000 NFTs. So we released that collection just for fun. It's called Check This Little Noun. I pinned it above. It's a 0.0049, so basically like $5 to mint. And all the proceeds are going back to little nouns and also to checks. So we thought we'd sort of take 50-50 and give all the proceeds back to builders in both of those ecosystems. So yeah, just a little bit of an experiment with seeing what happens when you kind of mimic the mimic with the actual ETH what happens with the mimetic value of the art itself. So right, I mean the whole purpose of CC0 is that when you copy these things, it gets more attention, and that attention goes back to the original. But what happens if you do that with the ETH too, and how does that work? So that's kind of what we wanted to experiment with. So if you like them, if you like little nouns, maybe mint a couple. And we've also sent a few of those, quite a few actually, over to the Nomo wallet. So we will be giving away some of those, as well as some Check This Big Nouns. We have to change the name now to Check This Big Nouns and Check This Little Noun. Giving away some of those as addition prizes for Nomo holders. So that's probably a good time to transition into today's Nomo holder winner. Do you think, RFG?
I think it is.
All right. I'm going to do it.
I've got a drum roll ready to go for you.
All right. Sounds good. I've never seen this name before, so I hope that they're here on the space and they can send us a DM to confirm that they are this person. But go ahead with the drum roll. Today's lucky Nomo minter, which is the minter from yesterday, of course, is Lingles. Lingles, like Pringles, but with an L. So Lingles has won one edition of Check This Noun from the Nomo wallet. Maybe it'll even be 4156, because the 4156 Check This Noun is in the Nomo wallet and has not yet been won. So maybe you'll randomly win the 4156 deep fried horse. You never know. That is the winner, the Nomo of the day. And of course, we'll do another draw tomorrow. So if you minted today's Nomo, you're already entered into a draw for tomorrow. That's as easy as it is. Speaking of draws, RFG, would you like to draw
I've
for
got a
someone
Twitter
to win?
picker.
All right, let's do it.
But we did not do a Nomo draw yesterday because we weren't sure if we were supposed to. So do you want to do one for yesterday too?
Sure, we can do that. I leave you guys for one day and you leave the Nomos hanging. I'm just kidding.
Listen.
Yes, I will do a draw. So that would be from the crocodile then, right? The naked crocodile?
Yep.
All right. I will definitely choose a naked crocodile, and I'll do so very carefully while you do the
While I do the Twitter picker. The Twitter picker is actually let me make sure that this person is here real quick. I thought I saw them, but I'm not 100%. Oh, are you not here?
Bum, bum, bum.
Oh, no. The Twitter picker winner isn't in the space.
But they were there
and
before?
It was Uptoshi's favorite person.
I know who that is.
It's Uptoshi's favorite username.
Forexin.
Actually, I drew twice already because the first winner was me. So redrew that. The second one was Forexin. Let's see. Let's draw one more time. And why is my Brave taking so long to load? Is NFTcation here? I'm seeing all these familiar faces, and but I don't think
NFTcation. If you're here, please raise your hand. Again, you have to be here. Oh wait, Forexin is here. He's here.
Forexin's here?
Yeah, he just did a surprise face, and he's very angry with you.
Okay, great. I'm still not seeing him on my end, but if Forexin's here, then Forexin wins it.
Forexin, congratulations. You won the 0.069 ETH. Prize just for retweeting the room, helping us get the word out. I'm trying to draw for yesterday's NOMO, and OpenSea is not cooperating at all.
No, we can do it.
Yeah, we might have to do it. I drew one, and it was Lingles again, and I don't think we should do twice in a row. And then I drew another, and it was Robot Fish Girl, and I don't like her, so we won't. We won't let her win.
Nobody does. It's fine.
I'll try to draw. No, we love you, RFG. Come on now. But anyway, yeah, OpenSea is not cooperating, so we'll have to wait till tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll do a double NOMO draw, one for the crocodile and one for the Doomberry.
In the meantime, I've got a PO app ready to go, so we can give away even more stuff.
All right,
because that's just what we do at the end of spaces, apparently. So,
what's a PO app?
For those who don't know, PO app stands for Proof of Attendance Protocol. Go to poapp.xyz. Get yourself a free NFT to prove that you were here. All you have to do is open up the app, tap the mint button, and then tap the secret word button. And today's secret word, Nouns Runway 7. This is an easy one. NOUNSRUNWAY 7. Nouns Runway 7.
That's not working for me.
It's not working. It should. Did it not update correctly? Hang on.
You said Nouns Runway 7?
Yeah, it should be working.
Now it's working. Now it's working.
Oh, it just didn't. Okay, I guess it just took a second to propagate. Because I was like, it worked for me. And now we all play this awful game.
I think, yeah. So now you have to play
that they added lives to. So now the Optoshi method doesn't even work.
And I didn't.
But
I forgot that.
It only gave me one life.
I forgot that, and then it just locked me out of my own PO app. Old man yells at cloud. But anyway, hopefully you guys are able to get it. Take your time. Take your time. You don't have to rush through it like I just tried to. And yeah, I think that's all we've got for you tonight. We're almost into the morning here, EST. I know some of you are in Europe, so you're already well into the day. But here in EST time, we are at 4:18 a.m. So, I mean, some people I heard wake up this early. Not sure why you would, but this is apparently when Vitalik wakes up. So I guess if we wanted to be smart like Vitalik, we would wake up now instead of being still up from our Twitter spaces. I think we're figuring out what's wrong with us, RFG. Oh well.
Yeah, maybe. Might be the Dane Bramage we got from being so sleep deprived. Jury's out.
Exactly. But yeah, so we do have a couple things coming up here for today's schedule, though. Let me pull that up. First of all, in less than an hour and a half, we've got the new Nouns Africa spaces. So that has moved now from Wednesday. Davin is going to be heading that up. It's Twende Nouns in Africa, 6 a.m. EST, which is 11 a.m. UTC. So basically in an hour and a half. I won't be there. I will be sleeping, but I'm sure many folks on that side of the world will definitely want to tune in. And it's a really good time zone for most of the communities on the African continent. So super exciting to have that moving to a different time. And then what else do we have for tomorrow, Tuesday? We've got 10 a.m., of course, the Nouns AI weekly call. So the AI pod actually has a prop that's currently up to be voted on, and there's two chances to come and hear from them tomorrow if you're a nouner or a delegate. One is their weekly AI call, which actually takes place in our Discord. So if you go hit the clock here while you're at it, give us a follow if you haven't already, and then click into the Discord. From our profile, that's where you'll find the Nouns AI weekly call tomorrow at 10 a.m. They do it in Discord because they usually have a nice slide presentation that shows some interesting stuff that they're working on. And if you are interested at all in all the amazing improvements that are coming in AI every single week, this is the place to be tomorrow at 10 a.m. And I'm sure they'll talk a little bit about their proposal and what to expect from that as well tomorrow during that call. At 12:30 p.m. EST, Shark DAO to hear everything that's going on in that DAO and around the Nouniverse from the perspective of the Sharks. That's Joshua Fisher hosting that at 12:30 p.m. EST. Today, I guess, most places it's today now. At 2 p.m., we have our newish NounsDAO weekly public call. This will be the third one that we've held. The idea of the weekly public call is just to be a open, public, transparent place where hello?
Did I get rugged or did everybody else?
I don't know. My Twitter app crashed, so then I had to come back in.
we were all just sitting here in silence, and I was like checking I unplugged my mic and plugged it back in. I was like, what is going on?
A moment of silence. A moment of silence for the weekly public call. No, it's still new. Come on, don't be so rude. NounsDAO weekly public call tomorrow. Today, actually.
I unplugged my mic and plugged it back in. I was like, what is going on? Why am I echoing at such a ridiculous rate in the background?
I don't know where that's coming from.
That's
okay. Well,
is that what I sound like? Oh my god!
Everything has gone. Everything has gone to shambles here. Let me just get through this. Let me just get through this schedule, and then we can call it a morning. All right, so back to where we were now before I got rugged, but not really rugged by Twitter. NounsDAO weekly public call, as I mentioned earlier, just a public, transparent call where anyone in the DAO, whether you're a nouner, a delegate, or a community member, can come and ask questions about active proposals. Tomorrow, we will be discussing the AI pod proposal, as well as the new creator contests proposal, which is called uplink.wtf. We're going to have the representatives from both of those here with us answering questions and discussing those proposals. That's at 2 p.m. EST later today. And then 6 p.m. EST, we have Blooms in Season, a Food Nouns Soapbox. And then, of course, the new daily show from NARS called The Daily Drop. That's Gnarly at 9:30 p.m. EST. That is the schedule for today, Tuesday. And then, of course, it's going to be around 3:20, maybe even a little later, 3:30 a.m. tomorrow night, which is actually Wednesday morning. Comics DAO coming on 9 o'clock live here to talk about their comic rollout. This is actually really exciting because the comic looks amazing. It's ready to go. It's going to be published from a major comic publisher, and you can pre-order it already. So looking forward to hearing about that, about how we can get our hands on the first ever full Nounish comic. So that's what's going on over the next 24 hours here on on the Noun Square. So any other questions before we get rugged again, Robot Fish Girl?
I got no more questions.
No. And you're not?
I got some outro music that I posted in Discord for you, but that's about it.
Oh, did you? Okay, I had something queued up, but that's okay. I can grab this. Here we go. Oh, no, it's exactly the same song I had queued up. That's amazing.
Excellent.
It's amazing how often that happens. So, I mean, by now we should be experts at playing outro music of Void Heads because I feel like we mint a Void Head every 4 days.
Oh, trust me, I have so many Void appropriate songs.
All right, well, thank you everybody for joining us. Always a pleasure. Thank you, Nico, Yemi, Swole for coming on, Philip for talking to us about your prop. Thanks, Symbio for spilling the alpha. Thanks, Claire, for running me in the middle of my monologue. Thank you, everybody. It's been a pleasure.
Lately I've been feeling small. There's a soul in the sea.
As we all slip into the void.
So much to do and so little.
We will see you back here if you're awake in an hour and a half.
Team Blue
for...
Team Blue.
I'm getting a blue one and I'm getting a purple one. I'm not going to wait for the mystery because I only got 2.
Find it hard to get. Way too hard to let.
Yeah, I don't think we did an air horn yet.
I got a couple in earlier. I hit quota.
If I don't hit my air horn quota, so.
Now before I go, yeah, boy. You wanna get hot? You wanna get hot? To say I'm gonna run away.
He kind of needed that. Nice song, but not exactly,
Yeah.
Not exactly a banger. Ciao, everybody.
This is perfect for this early.
Slip into the void. See you on the other side. Oh, Ben, nice to see you. You're just in time.
Just in time for us to leave.
Thanks for joining us, Ben. Nice to see you.